Hello, welcome to Jason the Millennial. I'm here again outside the B&B Theater in Leavenworth, and just saw Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, the Disney live-action remake of the original. Yeah, I actually quite enjoyed this movie overall. I'm not. I think the original is okay. I'm not like the biggest fan of the original. I think Stitch is a great character. That's definitely what makes it enjoyable. And I thought Stitch was great in this too. Stitch is definitely the best character. Just a lot of fun. Obviously, this movie has a bit of comedy in it and a bit of drama as well. But the ending, man, it's just so sweet. Like, just a really nice, sweet ending about family. I don't know. I really loved the ending. I think I loved a lot of the character. I think it was great casting. I complained a lot about casting recently, like on Snow White, but great casting. I like Lilo, the little girl, was really good. She was cute. And everybody else did very well. Like Zach Galifianakis and Billy Magnuson were great as the two aliens trying to get Stitch. They were great. Yeah, everything was really well done. I would say it's a little slow moving at the beginning, just because we're kind of establishing the two, Lilo and Nana, her sister, and their whole situation. It's a little boring for me until Stitch gets in there, and then once Stitch gets in, of course, it's a lot more fun and interesting. I think the ending is not as exciting as the original. I think the original had like there was like a kind of a battle, like a kind of a spaceship battle at the end, but overall it still had really nice moments in it. And I'm gonna be the weird one to say I actually like this better than the original, just because I thought the original had really bad animation. I thought it was a little distracting. So this was a good choice to make this a live action. I think this is maybe Disney's best live action remake, actually, to be honest. I think this was a movie that could have benefited from a live action remake, and yeah, they did a real good job. So I'm very positive overall. And you can see it's really windy and sunny out here. My gosh, I can barely see. But yeah, I'll get back to my house and we'll talk more about this on Jason the Old Millennial. Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing well here on a Monday evening. Yeah, I'm back at home. Talk a little bit more about Lilo and Stitch, though I feel like I said most of what I thought in my intro there. But yeah, just say more about the movie. Like I said, I'm not the biggest fan of the original, and I know a lot of people absolutely love the original. So I feel like I've been hearing a fair amount of negative reviews. I think most of the negative reviews I hear is that, oh, this isn't as good as the original, or that they changed some stuff around from the original, they didn't like that. And that's always a problem when you make live action remakes, is when you change stuff, the original fans are not going to be happy. I'm one of those, though, that I'm like not super nostalgia for the original. I didn't see it in the theater. I saw it sometime after, I guess, and I rewatched it maybe a year or so ago, and I still was kind of like on the border of giving it a recommend or not recommend. It was kind of on that border, because like I said, I feel like the animation is really not very good. The human characters are just not very well animated at all. Just a little awkward looking. I don't know. Stitch is great. And all the aliens are animated very well. It's just the human characters they didn't quite get for some reason in that movie. And I don't know. I wasn't so crazy about the Lilo and Nana, her sister, that whole storyline of sister taking care of her, and the social workers come by and afraid of losing, custody over her sister. That part I've never been like super crazy about. Not that it's a terrible storyline, it's just not that interesting to me. And I think when I watched the original, I really think the first half I'm not that crazy about. Second half I think is where the movie kind of wins me over, where at the end I'm like, I can give this movie a light recommend. Like, I think, there's some good moments, all with Stitch. Like, Stitch is such a great character, like I said. Love his kind of chaotic, personality, and that he just gets in trouble all the time. He's, of course, an alien from another world, and he doesn't understand humans and all that. And then he kind of comes in, and it's kind of a good character arc of this creature that's supposed to be kind of dangerous, but then kind of learns to like humans, to like, Lilo and the family. And, he learns about family, and then And that's where the movie really gets good, is that relationship between Lilo and Stitch. Of course, that's the name of the movie. This movie, the live action remake, pretty similar, I think. The first part of the movie I was a little bored with, when it was just mostly concentrating on Lilo and Anna and their relationship and the problems they're having. I have to admit, I was a little bored of it, but I kind of knew it was going to pick up once Stitch got into the equation, and it did. Once Stitch kind of came in, and it still doesn't make any sense that they think it's a dog. But it's one of those things where you go, whatever, you know. There's a lot of things that don't make sense in this movie. One is that, yeah, Lilo or Stitch is not a dog. I don't know. It's like a little teddy bear. I think someone said it's like a teddy bear or something like that. Yeah, it's like more like a little teddy bear because it has hands. It can grab stuff, and it moves around not like a dog, and it crawls on walls, and it kind of talks a little bit. It learns English. I don't know. There's so many red flags. I don't know. So many things that you go, okay, this is something's not right about this. So obviously you have to go, okay, whatever. We're just gonna pretend like that's a thing, you know, that we're gonna pretend like it's a dog or whatever, or some kind of animal. Um, Obviously, it's hard for the humans to think, is this an alien? You know, it's hard to try to think of the closest thing you can think that it is, I guess. But also, there's many times where aliens appear in the movie to humans, and it feels like humans aren't creeped out enough. That's not the right word, but they're not, you know, freaking out. Like, if I saw an alien, I would freak the hell out. Um, and there's many instances where they come across aliens and nobody freaks out. Everybody just like acts like, oh, okay, I guess there's aliens. I mean, they do freak out a little bit. They might scream at first, but then they quickly get over the fact that, oh, there are aliens here talking to me and all this. Anyways, they kind of get over it a little quickly, but that happens a lot in movies. That's always my pet peeve about movies, that people don't freak out enough over supernatural events and stuff like that. I'm thinking in real life, I would have a hard time getting over the fact that there aliens exist and they're, you know, in my house or whatever. But besides that, it's just a little nitpick thing. and it doesn't hurt the movie for me. I'm just saying that's always kind of funny to me. Yeah, the best part of the movie is, yeah, Lilo and Stitch, I think, kind of bonding. That is some nice sweet moments in it when they're kind of bonding, when they're looking over the photo book, and she's telling Stitch about her parents who passed away and her sister and how she used to be this great surfer, and she's like, you know, and Stitch is sitting there watching, and it's cute. Stitch is cute. I mean, it's a cute character, greatly designed. I think they designed it very well from the animation, all that. And like I said, I kind of like the live action better just because the animation was so bad, I thought, in the original, that I kind of like Lilo and Nana as human beings are a little bit easier to look at than the original drawing of it, anyways. And overall, they kind of capture that movie pretty well. Like I said, I think there's this whole kind of almost subplot that they don't do from the original, where there's like this general guy who comes to attack Earth or something. I can't remember exactly. And he's in a big spaceship, and Stitch gets into a little spaceship, I think, and attacks it. And there's like a big battle at the end of the original movie, if I remember right. And that character's not in this one at all, and they don't have like a big space battle. So it's, you know, I was kind of disappointed because I thought that was like probably my favorite part of the original movie, is when Stitch kind of like decides that he's going to protect his family, and he's going to, you know, against this alien that's coming to hurt them or something. Like that was a good moment. Though Stitch does have kind of a good moment in this one. I won't spoil too much, but Stitch does have that moment where he sacrifices. I mean, he tries to sacrifice his life for Lilo, knowing that he might die. He saves Lilo, so that's a good character moment for Stitch, where you know, he can see that he's really connected to this family now. At first, he didn't care at all. He just wanted to wreak havoc on everybody, I guess, is kind of his nature, anyways. But like I said, there's some good humor. I laughed quite a bit in the theater, though. I think I will admit the humor is a little. I think it's aimed more towards younger people than myself. I think a kid would like this movie better than me, even. I can imagine this just like the original. I mean, I think this definitely is garnered towards younger, you know, kids like 10 years old or 8 years old, 9 years old. You know, somewhere there. There's some immature humor moments where I'm like, okay, they're going for a little immature, you know, comedic moment that doesn't work on me as a 41-year-old. Like, I just find it like not that funny. But there are some nice funny moments that are cute and all that. Anyways, and so there was enough there that I quite enjoyed it. Like I said, I enjoyed the get Zach Galifianakis and Bill Magnuson as the two aliens trying to track down Stitch. Their moments I think are pretty funny, and I like them together because they're in human. They kind of take this human form, yet they don't know how to be human, so they say stuff that doesn't make sense. It's easy humor, but it worked on me. I enjoyed it quite a bit, and other moments throughout that I thought was funny. Anyway, so yeah, so I thought that worked, and then I think the moment that really got me is not to spoil too much, but at the very end, he's going to go back to the aliens, are going to take him back and exile him, whatever. And this lady who's like the head of the intergalactic whatever council, whatever, says, "Who are these people?" And Stitch says, "My family," because he learned the English pretty well, and that melted my heart. I mean, come on. How could that not just melt your heart when Stitch says, "This is my family"? You're like, oh, okay. That's such a sweet moment. I loved it. It was definitely the best moment, gave me emotional feelings, So that was good. I think it got some good emotional feelings there. Good enough humorous moments in this movie. To me, it didn't feel too far off from the original. It added some story points maybe the original didn't have, but I didn't think it hurt it. I think it gave more background to Nana, the sister character. Got a little more screen time maybe, got a little more backstory, which I thought actually was good. It didn't hurt at all. And everybody did a good job. Great casting. Like I said, Snow White, terrible casting. Little Stitch, good casting. It all worked out very well. That's just how you make a live action remake. Like, this is probably the best live action remake that Disney has made. So I'll give one to Disney. They've done so many bad ones or ones that just did not hold up to the original. This is the one that I would say, I think if you like the original Lilo and Stitch, I think you'll like this remake. I think it gives you a lot what you like out of the original out of it. I think Disney did a good job here with this remake. So I'll give Disney props. I think they've done such a terrible job with like Snow White, Mufasa was such a horrible movie, so many missteps, but this was a good one for Disney. So if Disney keep doing something like this, they maybe can dig themselves out of the hole that they're in. I think this movie is going to make pretty good money, I think. I haven't looked at and seen, but I can imagine it's going to do pretty well. Much better than the stuff they've done before, like Snow White was a horrible disaster flop. So hopefully this will help Disney a little bit. I don't know. Then again, I hope they don't make too many more remakes. They don't need to. But anyways, overall, very positive. Like I said, I like it better than the original. I'm one of the probably few people that would say that. I'm giving it 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is a recommend. To me, it's a very recommendable movie. Definitely one I think you'll enjoy, especially if you have a family, if you have little kids. I think they'll enjoy this quite a bit. Like my 10-year-old niece, I think she'll enjoy this quite a bit. Anyway, so that's my thoughts on Lilo and Stitch. Please feel free to comment. What do you think of Lilo and Stitch? If you saw it, if you liked it or didn't like it, I'd love to read everybody's opinions on this. And thank you to anybody that's watching this video. I really appreciate you watching this and liking it. And I really appreciate all my subscribers for supporting this channel. You guys are great, and I will see you later. Have a good day.